Welcome everyone, Pine Grove News Live. Turn some buttons off, turn some on. Yeah, 6:01 p.m. on the East Coast. Here in Southern New England, Connecticut, Northern Connecticut. It's Friday, and I want to say blessings to everyone. Have a blessed Sabbath. It is now Sabbath Eve, if you celebrate that on Saturdays. Let's see, what am I looking for? Oh, yes. So enjoy that, those who celebrate that on that day. Doesn't matter when you do it. As long as you take the time, right? Take the time. So just want to put this out there, this Fair Use Act. And then we'll, there is some really wacky news. Just some of these articles, these headlines are just prove that we have gone so far in the gutter. We have so de-evolved. That's all I have to say is wow. We'll get to them. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Had a little brief snow and rain today in New England. Just let me check for a second to see if we're up live. And we are at YouTube. And just so everyone knows, I am streaming this on Mixlr. That's mixlr.com/12pine. It's also being streamed on YouTube. And that channel is PNG Live. I'm sorry, it's PGN, Pine Grove News Live. Yeah, I can't even get my own initials right. I just call it Pine Grove News. Why I gotta abbreviate everything. It's the way they took it, so it's the way I left it. Probably listening to music. Anyways, I wasn't hearing it. Yeah, so you'll hear in the background the alarm going off. In any case, let's get started. Get this done quick so we all can get back to our everyday lives. Just going to go. This is from the News Punch. Second U.S. jury finds Bayer Monsanto's guilty of causing cancer. That's precedent. The first one set precedent. The second one just cements it. You know, there's going to be many more after it. They're responsible for this, so. Just a few months after Monsanto's quietly changed its name to Bayer, the company was forced to pay out $289 million in damages over similar claims in a different case. Okay. Also from the News Punch. This is disturbing, okay? It's disturbing to me. Oregon passes a bill allowing doctors to starve mentally ill patients to death. Hold on a second. Well, there we go. Yeah, my new house guest doesn't consider the fact that I'm on the air, and these are thin walls. You know, you probably heard me swear in the background, huh? Very Christian-like. Anyway, now I got to remember to lock that bird cage. When that bird starts flying around, ducking at the freaking dogs, it's all you hear is the barking. Very annoying. I guess that's my daily test. And it's daily. Oregon passes a bill allowing doctors to starve mentally ill patients to death. Yeah, starve them to death. I mean, that's what I see. I know they check on whether they eat or not sometimes. I mean, I'm not there to watch everything that they do, but these people, these elderly are just, we need to pray for them. You know, between the dementia and the Alzheimer's and all these other things that goes on with these people. I've been there almost a year and a half now. Probably not too, but you know, I can't help it but get involved, talk to these people, you know, say how you doing, get into conversation, see how coherent they are, and if I can be of any assistance. And next thing you know, you're concentrating on your work. You're gone for a couple of days in another building. You come back and they're gone. They're just gone. Hurt a lot when I first, and it still does. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that anymore. That's just hard to take. It's hard to take when I start seeing things like this. They're going to come out with this euthanasia. There's a video that I'm going to leave a link to. It's about what's happening in the UK. There are people dying, and they don't know why or how they're dying. The government doesn't know because these people asked them. And they says, well, that's surprising, but I guess we'll look into it. Like they don't know already. There are people disappearing in this country and people dying. They're just going, it's just, government knows what's going on. I'm pretty sure of it. Pretty sure that they're responsible. They want to get rid of us to a 500 million manageable number. It won't happen. So this Oregon Senate passed a House bill 4135 on Tuesday, 17 to 12, a little over 50%. And in the House 2 weeks ago, 35 to 25, it makes Oregon the first ever U.S. state to sanction the ability for caregivers to remove access to food and water for vulnerable patients with illnesses such as dementia and Alzheimer's. Why? Now we have a bill to starve our parents, our grandparents. This is a very sick world we're living in. And you'll see a lot of this in this news tonight. Bills, stuff like this that are being passed. And I don't know who started. Maybe it had to do with some Democrats. It's the Democratic Party, man. They are just evil. They are the demon rats. New Jersey governor signs a rain tax bill. Okay? Residents can now be taxed when it rains on their property. I could just picture somebody right now trying to figure out how he can get an umbrella over his house and yard. Yeah. Put a big canvas over there and just let it drip into somebody else's yard. I can guarantee you somebody will try to do that. This is ridiculous. How are you going to be able, how are you going to measure this? You know, what are you just going to take a prorate, guess at it? and then send them a bill. I mean, you want to talk about taxation without representation. This is clearly, without a doubt. But obviously, they're just out of it. They're demented. They see everything backwards. This is the time, this is the age we're living in. It's just getting worse. Macron. Call him Macron. Macaroni. He's going to deploy the French army to defeat the Yellow Vest Revolution. Perfect picture. French President Emmanuel Macron. I think it's pronounced Macron, but I'm going to call him Macron. He is preparing to deploy the army to the streets of Paris in an attempt to thwart the revolutionary Yellow Vest protest. Following Wednesday's meeting of the Council of Ministers, Macron's government announced that they would activate army units during this weekend's Yellow Vest protest. We'll keep you up to date on that. Supposedly, WSWS.org reports this is the first time since the 1954-62 war in Algeria that the army is to be mobilized in police operations on French soil against the population. Yeah, that will be our turn soon, people. Don't you worry about that. We'll have them here. I don't even want to put this one up here. Check your foods. Why your storable food supply might actually cause you to starve to death. This is from Natural News. I don't want to talk about this anymore because it takes so much effort, first of all, find these foods that are affordable enough, because mostly they're very expensive. So you have alternatives, like I tried getting a dehydrator and just dehydrating some of the food and just buy it in bulk. Put it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers to take the oxygen out, and then store it in a bucket and take the oxygen out of the bucket. And then you just stack them. It's cheaper that way. A little bit more work, but it's cheaper. Then you won't have to rely on looking at all these labels to see if your food is a GMO and whatever. It's junk. And that takes a lot of work. Looking into all that. Yeah, I just, I basically just gave up at one point and just said, well, I'm just going to order some MREs, for a couple weeks, and I'll just have to pray on it. Other than that, I mean, what else can I do? We can take all my time, all this research. The Lord said he was going to provide anyway, and I believe that he would. He will. If it ever comes to us having to go through that. Which, according to, few people, if we're gone in this pre-trib, rapture, then you don't have to worry about prepping, do you? You just got to worry about, keeping on the right path, and all that good stuff. And this is disgusting too. How a TSA agent is allowed to do this on an American citizen, on a young boy, it is so outrageous. And the reason I'm playing it is because Trump tweeted on it. Trump denounces this perverted TSA child gropers. Not a good situation. And there's a video. This is the video. Okay, of this boy, why he has to be subjected to this as an American citizen. What do you think this boy, an American citizen, is actually going to hide and bring on the plane? Yeah, well, maybe you got some demented people now that may want him, think that he'll get through because of that and playing something on him. But this guy has no right, and I would never let somebody. I'm judging the book by its cover at the moment, but there's no reason for what he's doing. And it gets a lot worse. He does go in places where he shouldn't be. I went to Florida, a few years back. When my mother-in-law passed away, she gave everyone money to get tickets to go to Florida, and we all went as a family. And I heard about these TSA agents. See, there he goes, right there. You saw that, right? Well, he does more of it. It's disgusting, and it never should have been allowed to happen. You got X-ray machines, whatever. They should be out of there too, because I heard that those were hurting the TSA agents. But in any case, my one thought when I went to the airport, that if there was some guy like this, okay, look at, I mean, there's no reason. He's checking the waistline. I mean, that is beyond thorough. But anyway, I told myself, if there's going to be somebody like that, and if they pat down my wife like that, that I would be all over them. I would be in jail. Yep. Because I would, that would not go over well with me at all. Anyways, that, this is, y'all feel safe now? Because this is the rules and the laws that came after 9/11, which they orchestrated to come up with these laws and rules to mess with our freedoms, to take them away and do anything they want at any time that they want. That's what the Homeland Security is, Patriot Act, and all this stuff. 9/11 was orchestrated for a few things: to cover up the trillions of dollars that were stolen, misappropriated, that were supposedly at the bottom of the towers, and that so we could go to war with all terrorists and continue the warmongers, well, their way of life, to keep us at war so they can keep making money, keep selling, military equipment and assets to other countries, and many things, to come in and take anything they want out of your house. And yes, they can do it. They can, because we're not under the Constitution right now. We keep talking about the Constitution as if we're under it, but we're not. We're under 1933 Act signed by that president. So they can go and appropriate anything. They can take anything they want in order to make America safe or better, stronger, and that includes anything. They can throw you in a dark hole, not tell you why they've done it, and never show you the light of day again, and be within their realm of what they, put out there. It's out there. Just got to go read it. You're not under the Constitution anymore. We need to change that. We need to change it. We need to change this Patriot Act and this Homeland Security crap. Yes, I think that some things of our justice system, hold back from finding the real truth. These plea deals and all this other stuff. I can go talk, quite a long time about that stuff and what gives them the right, and why would they plea deal something they know this person is wrong, has committed these crimes, and yet make deals with them to go after somebody else who made or created more crimes. Let's move on. GoFundMe bans anti-vaccination content. So this is being taken to another level. Natural News, Mike Adams has complained that, and it's a fact, Google, Facebook are going after people when they are for anti-vaccination people. I mean, they're getting, look who owns it. Zuckerberg, Gates, all those people who are the elite who, make quite a bit of money off these vaccines and, bringing this number down to a manageable number. Anything that goes this GoFundMe from now on bans anti-vaccination content. Just another step towards tyranny. One step closer. Heard this today. Trump's support for Israeli control of the Golan Heights draws swift condemnation. I mean, you know about this deal, right? About the Golan Heights, other places that Israel took when they were attacked by all these countries. I believe it was in, I don't know which war it was, a 6-day war or whatever war it was, that they took this, I can't remember those wars right now. I got enough, trying to remember the ones that happened over here. But yeah, and everyone over there wants Israel to give back all the land that they took. I guess it's 67. I'm not totally sure about that date, but yeah. When has anybody ever, an invading army or an army that comes in and defends itself and in winning may have taken some more land that was the enemy's, and now what? We have to give it back to the enemy? No, that's the spoils of war. That has been, one of those rules of war, like the Geneva Convention. Of course, people don't really follow that. At least the Japanese didn't. Yeah, the spoils of war, man. You get to go in there and collect all their oil and gas and gold in the ground and all their land too. And then you have to, incorporate the people. What do they call that? Integrate them. You know what I mean. Anyways, yeah. Why? Everybody wants them to give up just because it's Israel, I guess. Yeah, supposedly this is on its way tomorrow. C4.8 solar flare erupts from the AR 2736 region. Full halo CME produced. Looks to me like we might, just looking at the picture, we'll get a glance and blow. Anyways, at its peak, erupted from we heard that. The eruption started at 10:35, peaked at 11:18, and ended at 11:34. The region was also responsible for several B-class flares over the last 7 hours. Somebody told me about this, so I just picked it up just to let you know, too. Warned me about this pending CME. Anyways, I'm just trying to look at the date. Determine if there is any Earth-directed component. Forecaster said, yeah, well, March. I still don't have a date. I was told tomorrow, so, normally, I've heard these warnings before, and I didn't think it took that long for some CME to reach the Earth. I thought it was like within 7 hours that it actually can come here from the sun. Guess it all depends on ferocity of the expulsion, the eruption. I don't know for sure. Major infrastructure damage expected as severe tropical cyclone Trevor makes landfall in Australia. 9 hours ago. Actually, a little bit more, because I got it 2 hours ago. Severe tropical cyclone Trevor was upgraded to Category 3 cyclone on the Australian Tropical Cyclone Intensity Scale. Trevor is expected to continue intensifying before it makes landfall somewhere between Port MacArthur and the Northern Territory Queensland border. Authorities are urging residents to finalize preparations today, follow directions for emergency service, and have their cyclone kits ready. Yeah, well, apparently that happens enough there where they have to get cyclone kits. Maybe I should go research The cyclone kit actually, what the parts of that are. Let's see. Cyclone kit. Yeah. I wonder who distributes them. Probably the government. Research. We'll give you an update weekend or Monday. Apparently, they're obviously way ahead of us over here in the East Coast. I think they're like 13 hours ahead. Or, yeah. I think it's almost Friday evening for us. So, yeah, it's probably in the morning for them. 3 hours of the morning. 13 hours. So, yeah, they're into Saturday morning already, I believe. This from End Time Headlines. Tyson recalls 69,000 pounds of chicken strips that may contain pieces of metal. Well, if you knew that, why the heck would you pack them anyway? So you just put them out there and hopefully nobody will notice, right? But somebody did notice. Tyson Foods is recalling, frozen, ready-to-eat chicken strips that may contain contaminated pieces of metal. Not only metal, but contaminated. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's all on how you read it. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety and Inspection Service, the chicken strips were shipped to retailers nationwide and produced on November 30th, 2018. FSIS is concerned that some people may still have them stored in their freezers. All products are subject to recall. And it's not going to let me go to this full list. I don't know what's happening with End Time Headlines. This is not the first time I've gone there. Usually they have, read more, because they get the link from right here, KTVK. Maybe it's just local news channels that do that. So I can't select the list. Probably going to have to go here. See what's there. Sorry, no post. So, okay. Yeah. Interested, find it. I don't buy that stuff. Did it one time. I don't like them. Okay, let's move on. Also from Internet Headlines, privatized social credit score systems coming to U.S. sooner than we think. So we know what's going on in China already. They're already implemented that over there, already having its effect. So Donald Trump Jr. is sounding the alarm, warning that if we do not stop big tech from shadow banning conservatives, is it just conservatives? We'll end up in the same boat as China, and it'll be our own fault. One problem, we're already there. The same thing Trump published his, same day Trump published his warning, which despite the knee-jerk reactions brought on by his name, actually mirrors the experience of most social media users who ever experience ideas counter to the mainstream. The Wall Street Journal suggested that insurers could be combing through customers' social media profiles to determine their risk to the company. Of course they do. That doesn't have anything to do with, does it? China's social score thing. Anyway, let's move on. The most dangerous volcano in North America just erupted. Shot ash nearly a mile into the sky. When I saw North America, I just thought of the United States, but we are not the only ones in North America. I don't know why they don't call it something else, because, why do they call it South America? Did they call it South America before America became America? I mean, before America became America, what was it? The colonies? The 13 states? Probably the colonies. So when did we become America? When did North America, when was it named, and why did it include Canada and Mexico? Why was South America named America? Because it was south of America? I don't get it. So if somebody knows why North America, I mean, wouldn't it just be the northern western continent? I don't know. It should be North American continent. That would have made more sense to me instead of North America. North America, like I said, just brings to mind United States. That's all it brings me. I don't care about Canada. Don't care about Mexico. They have their own problems. We have ours, and I'm a nationalist. Until Jesus Christ comes, and he can run his millennium any way he wants, and obviously it's the way to go, but this is what I'm used to, so I'm a nationalist. Yep, I live here, and this is where I grew up, and that's why I am. So this Popocatépetl, somebody, old watchman pronounced that, and I can't do it again. Anyways, but it is in Mexico. All kinds of things have fallen down behind me. Yeah, you don't want to see my office. It's trying to get it painted. Been doing that for the past year. Slowly moving things out or up in the attic. You wouldn't think. The place is just crowded with junk. I'm almost at the point where I don't care. I'm just going to put the stuff that I know I'm going to use. The rest of it can be thrown away or given away. Sure, if I put it out there on the lawn, free tag sale, and we would get everybody. Go post it. So Christian mom, also from anti-vaccination, Christian mom receives backlash for telling gay man on live TV his lifestyle is a choice. Good for her. Of course, they're going to get backlash. So this is from Faithwire. Christian mother concerned about her child's school incorporated, this is what we've talked about 2 days ago, LGBTQ lessons into the curriculum, faced intense backlash this week when she told a gay man on live television his lifestyle is a choice. Why should it be in school in the curriculum? Are you kidding me? You know, this is the stuff that's just out there, man. Some of these things, I can't believe it's happening. But we are, you know, the signs of the times are all around us. And so, you know I say I can't believe they're happening. They should be happening. Should be happening a lot more if we're on track, and we seem to be. Days of Noah, you know, Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah, all that stuff. Yeah, Izzy Montega of South London appeared on ITV's Good Morning Britain Thursday when she debated the topic with gay father and blogger Tim Cox. Now, I haven't listened to this video yet. I don't know if I want to. I don't know how long it is. But anyway, let's give it a try.
Is understanding and learning about relationships and learning about life, is that not part of the teaching process that kids could go through?
Of course it is, but there's many things that, you know, in life that you could also say that they need to learn about.
Like what?
Like, you know, the dangers.
Which they do learn about at school, don't they?
Yeah.
Not to a greater depth, and also to do with different opinions.
The dangers of what, sorry?
So the dangers of life, so like what I was saying about murders and rapists and everything in life. I think personally, children are not there for you to brainwash into what your personal opinions are of what makes good relationships just because it's real life.
Do you not think we live in such a diverse nation and in our towns and in our villages that the school is going to be able to give such a great representation of that, potentially more than you could?
No, not at all. I'm the parent. I know my child. I know what my child is capable of why would a school's opinion be more than mine? I'm not saying that I would go around teaching everyone's children, but my child, it's up to me for my child to. So
Amen,
I understand
sister.
my child. Why would I need a school to be teaching my child anything other than what I send my child to school
I don't
for?
dispute that it is a parent's right to choose what they go to school for and how you educate them, how you raise them. Absolutely, that is it. But I think you're doing your child a disservice by not allowing them to have that education to see that families come in all different shapes and sizes.
No.
We live in such a diverse time.
They're going to see it, aren't they? Because they're going to be children.
They do not come in all shapes. They do with him. I mean, they have been pushing this. If you're watching TV these days, and I'm still watching a few things, but I'm tuning them all out because they're coming out with this LGBTQ thing on all the programs now. In every program, they got to have some kind of different relationship other than a man and a woman or transgender stuff and all this stuff included in all these programs now. All of them. It'll make it easy for me. It'll make me real easy to just turn it all off. They'll probably find a way to come and distort, some kind of Animal Planet program too. Probably turn some freaking hippo or some elephant, and I don't know, put little slippers on them and whatever. Man, I wouldn't doubt it.
The gay people are everywhere. This is the problem, right? So you're going to be removing them from that situation. However, there is going to be, they're going to get on a bus and that bus driver is going to be gay. They're going to be served food in a restaurant by a gay woman. A gay person may be delivering your child's baby one day. We are everywhere.
Yeah, but they may be gay, but they're going to walk around saying, hey, I'm gay. And then the kid's going to say, well, what's that? Is that the excuse you're using? People don't go around saying that they're gay.
What makes you think that, because I'm not saying that the school should do it, what makes you think that my child is going around in the world thinking that nobody is gay? Or I never said that I would not teach my child gay. I'm Christian, so we have our own ways of teaching about the world. It's not about living in a vacuum. It's not about saying that, this person doesn't exist. It's nothing like that. It's our opinions of the world around us. So when you're saying that they get on a bus and they meet a bus driver that's gay, or the person that delivers them are gay, or whatever, yes, they are aware of it. I didn't say that I was going to ignore the fact that
I think the danger here...
I'm just saying whose opinion about what is right. You're saying it's a diverse world. It's very diverse. It's always been diverse. But I grew up where it was still very much diverse, but I wasn't told what the school thought was okay.
I'm concerned that the dangers here are taking a child out of this. You are, from the get-go, making them think this is not right, this isn't normal, this is wrong.
Taking the children from the get-go, bringing this thing into the school curriculum is the get-go. That's the problem. I mean, her taking her child out of it is a result of you at the get-go putting that in the curriculum. How it was put in there without the parents' permission is beyond me, man. But it's great for this woman to speak out, and of course, she's going to be looked at as the bad person. This is the time where good is evil and evil is good, and it's full speed ahead. All whistles and sirens a blare. Yep, good is evil and evil is good. Yep, it's just crazy. And now New Zealand bans assault rifles, doing exactly what terrorists hoped for and predicted. Yeah, but, okay, this is one headline. And here's the other headline, okay? This is from Shift Plan. After multiple reports about New Zealanders turning in guns, guess how many actually did it? Okay? Yes, okay, so, anyways, I'll read the first paragraph. Following reports that a flood of New Zealand gun owners have been voluntarily surrendering their firearms in the wake of last Friday's church or Christchurch mosque attack that left 50 dead, the numbers are in on how many Kiwis actually handed over their weapons. And out of an estimated 1.2 million registered guns, New Zealand police reported that as of Tuesday night, 37 firearms have been surrendered nationwide. Nationwide, 37. That's it, out of 1.2 million. Good for them. You know, guns don't kill, people do. That's been an old saying a while back. Guns don't kill people. People do. They're the ones that pick the things up, aim it at somebody, and use it in the wrong way. So there you have it. So much for that gun grab. Lawmakers propose a bill. Now this is even wackier than all of them. Okay, this is even worse than all of them. This is really out there. Lawmakers are doing this in Georgia. Okay, Democrats. Lawmakers propose a bill to require men to report every release of sperm to police. Yeah. And this is coming from multiple congresswomen are backing a bill that would force men to report every time they release sperm and also outlaw sex without a condom. This is what's going on. These are the laws that are being changed by Democrats. These crazy, whacked out demons. Okay, you are allowing to make these laws. Time to get eliminate the Democrats. Let them go. Let them wander about like they're supposed to be. So, in what serves as a perfect example of the mockery of the political system in America has become, 5 Democratic representatives from Georgia have proposed a bill which will require men to report certain events of a sexual nature to law enforcement. The bill would require men to call the police to report the release of sperm. I'm going to name the names. According to the House website, HB 604 was introduced by Representatives Park Cannon, Democrat, Atlanta; Renita Shannon, Democrat; Donna McLeod, Democrat; Sandra Scott, Democrat; and Kendrick. March 11th. It does not appear to have been assigned to a House committee at this time. I don't know. It's so ridiculous that, I don't know, you know, can't rule out anything these days, people. This is something, you know, with all these things, you know, it's okay to kill babies. Man, and these women who claim that it's all about the rights to do whatever they want to their own body. Okay? And that's fine. They have the right to do whatever they want to do to their body, and I'm not going to force, or no other guy, or they specify men, so men can't tell me what I can do with my body. I've heard too many, interviews about that. It's all about the women not giving men any kind of permission. And that's all it's about. They don't care about the baby because the baby is separate. Once that woman becomes pregnant and that embryo is in her belly, it becomes another life, a dual life. And she has got to be held to the highest standards to protect that life. She is responsible to protect that life. And the husband, father, okay, has the right to that baby. You make them freaking pay money and all this child support and all this other stuff for these babies, but they can't have a say in whether that baby lives or dies. We are all messed up here. You think, I know Trump is doing what he can do. He's doing a good job. He's making America strong again. He's making a lot of people angry. That's okay, whatever. But we'll be able to protect ourselves. But these other things, we've just gone down, down to the second or third level of the gutter, man. Where it's even darker and it stinks a lot more. We're in trouble. I don't think there's any returning from this. I don't think that there is. We may be able to save a few more lost ones, but I think it's just about done. I think what we're in a time, just before the pre-trib, if that's going to happen. Because if there is a pre-trib, it's very, very soon. It's right around the corner. It could even be tonight. Could even be while I'm doing the news. That's how close we are, if it's a pre-trib thing. Now, if it's not a pre-trib thing, and you believe in a mid-trib thing, and I don't believe in any one of them. There's nothing in it that tells me that for sure. I mean, there's a lot of people point to it. There's a lot of people who twist some words to make it point to that. So I'm not going to point those people out, but you know who you are. And neither one of them. I mean, I see signs in there for mid-trib. Signs that we are already going through tribulation. And people keep talking about this tribulation, then twisting the words and saying it's the wrath of God. How is the tribulation, the 7-year tribulation, that supposedly only the Israelites are going to go through? Okay, why not the rest of the world? So if that's the case, then why isn't this a post-trib? Anyways, I'm going to start getting into that stuff. But I think that we're already in the 7-year tribulation. I think we're about, I'd probably say about 2 years into it, 1.5 to 2 years into it. All these things that are happening all around us, all the destruction, the storms, the flooding worldwide, the fires, now people starving elderly people, they're killing babies and calling it law, calling it okay. Now we're going to start euthanizing everyone, and on top of that, we're letting our governments kill us, poison us, take our food from us, tax our rain on top of our houses and in our backyards. What is the matter with everybody? If you don't know, I know. I think we are already in tribulation. And if I'm wrong, hope that I am, because I certainly don't want to go through this great tribulation. I believe it's going to be great tribulation, not the wrath of God. The only ones who accounted to the wrath of God was Jesus and the people in the last day. The last day, they only call it one day, and it doesn't even last that long, because right after Jesus comes here, God comes here with his wrath. He comes with wrath. It's only going to be one day, and this armies in Megiddo, they're going to try and kill God, and God is just going to take a second or two, and then they're all going to just be gone. What do you think that they're actually going to be able to fight God? You actually think that you can last 7 years of God's wrath? Of course, God, appoints troubles. He can do that, or judgments. But the wrath of God? No. The judgments and those things that we're experiencing now, even if they were tenfold, would not equal the wrath of God. And if you want to know what's going on in the UK about their culling that's going on, the UK population, there's a 47-minute video. These two people, I listened to it, couldn't get most of it, but I got the gist of it. They're doing the same thing over there in the UK that, government here is doing to us. Killing us slowly. There's records of people dying. They don't know why they're dying. They don't know what from. And the government doesn't care and is not going to tell them what, and denies it. And of course, that's not tribulation, right? That's not tribulation. Being persecuted, being killed. Anyways, that's it. Friday night. Hopefully, if I'm out on the weekend, I usually just play praise and worship music, or find a couple things to play on Mixler. Whoever shows up, shows up. But until then, God bless everyone. Hope everyone is doing okay. And please watch that last video I sent out on 2 days ago. That would have been on Wednesday. Actually, I put it out there on Thursday. Yeah, it was a special from our hearts. It wasn't a news thing. It was from our hearts. But it's still PGN, Pine Grove News Live. It's a Jack Hibbs that I told you about. I gave it to a brother, and I wanted to put it out there for everyone to grab it and pass it around, because it'll answer a lot of questions for you. You're hurting, you're in pain, you've got, maybe even have cancer, or there's other things that are painful, and and the reason why you have them. It's a good listen. It's an hour, and already had someone said that it helped them tremendously. It helped me. So with that, God bless everyone, and peace out.